Welcome back to another episode of our podcast. Welcome to Bridging Crisis, where we explore stories that matter and dig deep into the challenges shaping our world. I'm Maria Lorena, and I'm here with my amazing co-host, Isabel.
Hello everyone. Today's episode is special. It's not just about raising awareness, but about understanding the connection between two urgent global issues, climate change and hunger. We will explore this through two thought-provoking documentaries, see what 3 degrees of global warming looks like, and Atom Araullo's Crisis ng Sikmura.
In this episode, we'll break it into three parts. First, we will tackle the alarming future of a warming planet. Second, we'll dive into the heartbreaking realities of hunger in the Philippines. And finally, we will connect the dots, what this crisis means for all of us and how we can act.
Stay with us as we unpack these stories. Trust me, you will leave this episode with new insights, a sense of urgency, and hopefully a bit of hope.
Let's start with the see what 3 degrees of global warming looks like. This documentary is a wake-up call, a vivid portrayal of a future where the global temperature rises by 3 degrees Celsius. Today, we are lucky to have our guests, Christine, Frances, and Jessica.
Global warming is basically the rapid increase in the Earth's temperature, and it's causing life-threatening problems everywhere. With a 3 degrees Celsius rise above pre-industrial levels, the world could face prolonged heat waves, extreme weather events, droughts, and rising sea levels. Imagine entire cities underwater and farmlands become deserts, extreme weather events becoming the norm, and ecosystems collapsing.
Yes, sobrang alarming ng video na yun. Kung mapapansin mo, it doesn't just talk about the rise in temperature, it shows the real-life effects. It's shocking how such a small number can lead to catastrophic outcomes.
Imagine, 3 degrees na increase sa temperature, that's already catastrophic. Tsaka di lang yan heat waves or droughts. Sobrang drastic na rin ang effects sa wildlife, sa ecosystem natin, pati na sa agriculture.
Exactly. And if you think about it, it's not just about heat, it's about survival. Para sa mga tao sa mga developing countries, halimbawa, napakalaki ng impact sa kanila. Pati mga farmers na nagde-depend sa crops nila, sobrang affected.
And speaking of farmers, the documentary also highlights how the rising temperature disrupts agriculture and that results in a scarcity of food, something we're also seeing today. The rise in temperature could cause prolonged droughts, extreme weather events, and everything becomes unpredictable.
The domino effect of global warming is terrifying. Despite diversity, damaged agriculture, and displaced population, it's an unending cycle of destruction. Watching this made me rethink my own habits. It's easy to feel powerless against something as big as climate change. But it starts with us. Saving energy, reducing waste, supporting eco-friendly initiatives, these small steps add up.
This documentary made me ask myself, I am doing enough? And honestly, I'm not sure I am.
Yes, and that's why this documentary hits hard. Global warming isn't just about warmer weather, it's about our future. It's eye-opening kasi it shows the bigger picture na everything we do, the resources we consume, it all connects. Kaya we need action now. We can't wait for things to get worse, or else the damage will be irreversible.
Now, let's talk about Crises ng Sikmura. This documentary is heartbreaking. It shines a light on hunger in the Philippines during the COVID-19 pandemic. Alam niyo, ang dami ng tao na walang trabaho, tapos yung mga basic needs like foods ay ang hirap i-afford. In our second part of our podcast, we will have another set guests. Please welcome Trisha, Catherine, and Aisha.
Grabe no? In this special, Ato met people from different parts of the country, from the streets of Tondo to the farms in Camarines Norte. They show how hunger has become a crisis that's only gotten worse during the pandemic.
The scenes of families in Tondo eating pagpag leftovers from the trash were gut-wrenching. It's painful to watch at lalong masakit kasi yun yung realidad for so many Filipino, our kababayans.
There are parents like Amy who beg on the street just to feed their kids. Others like Tatay Ben collect leftovers not only for themselves, but even for their pets. Despite their struggles, they hold on to their dignity and values.
Yung ibang tao, they have no choice but to collect scraps from the garbage just to fill their stomach and survive. Parang it made me reflect on how much we take food for granted and to think na millions of people are going through this every day.
And what's ironic is that the farmers and fisher folk, the very people who produce our food, are some of the hungriest. It's a glaring flaw in our system.
The documentary also highlights how hunger impacts children. Malnutrition stunts growth and development, robbing them of their future. It's not just about food, it's about opportunity, dignity, and survival.
Sinasabihan din ba kayo ng parent nyo na ubusin mo yung pagkain mo, madaming batang nagugutom sa lansangan? This documentary made me realize na napakaswerte ko. I don't have to worry about my next meal, but so many Filipinos do. It's humbling and heartbreaking.
Same. It opened my eyes to the scale of hunger in our country. Millions of Filipinos go to bed hungry every night. This is more than a personal problem. It's a systematic one.
So, for our listeners, have you ever considered how your food habit impact others? How can we contribute to reducing hunger in our community?
For the third and last part of our podcast, we will have Jessica, Christine, and Francis, our guest earlier, to be here again.
So, what did we learn today? Climate change and hunger might seem like separate issues, but they're deeply connected.
Absolutely. Global warming disrupts agriculture, reduces crop yields, and makes food more expensive and scarce. The poor who are already vulnerable are hit the hardest.
And hunger forces people into unsustainable practices, overfishing, illegal logging that worsen climate change. It's a vicious cycle that traps the most disadvantaged.
But documentaries were powerful reminders that we can't just sit back and watch the world burn and people starve.
The message is clear. These issues aren't someone else's problem. They are ours. Whether it's being more mindful about our food consumption, supporting local farmers, or raising awareness on global warming, small actions can make a big difference.
Let's leave you with this thought. The future is in our hands. Anong klaseng mundo ang gusto mong iwan o ipamana sa mga anak at kaapu-apuhan mo? What kind of world do you want to create for the next generation?
Thank you for joining us on Bridging Crisis. Let's continue this conversation and turn awareness into action. Stay aware, stay kind, and most importantly, stay hopeful. See you next time.